Hi everyone. I have decided to make this video live because I don't feel like going through all these pictures and stuff, and I don't know how to work um, to where you can be live and then show all this stuff, not on this program anyway. So what I want to talk about is quite serious, and I felt like because the month that we're in of October, of course, we know how dark things are right now. Okay. Um, we have a lot of things going on, a lot of people missing, children being abducted. Um, I, I kind of like sat on this for a long time because I actually wasn't sure, but anyway, that doesn't matter right now. What really matters is the warning, okay? I was given a dream back in March of this year, 2017. So that's April, May, June, July, August. Okay, almost 7 months ago. Um, it was, needless to say, or it was a very startling dream. A dream that I have never had. I've never had anything like it. And the funny thing was that I remember before I went to sleep that night, I was thinking about the stuff that was going on, like the Pizzagate and all this stuff, the pedophilia. And I laid there and I said, Lord, what's really going on? So I asked, what's really going on? I didn't expect to get such a swift answer, and the one that I got was quite startling. So, excuse me if I cough a little, and my throat is really bad sometimes, especially when I talk too much. Um, so, I think I'm just going to get right into the dream, okay? So I can save my voice. I fell asleep that night, and I had a dream that I I found myself with a friend and her baby who was um, a toddler at the time, and I found myself in front of a big mall, and as far as I knew in the dream, I was I was in Las Vegas, which of course is pretty much where I live. So I'm standing in front of the mall, and my friend is wanting to go into the mall, and she says, "Can you just watch? Can you just watch my child for me while I go and just get something real quick?" So of course I said yes, and I guess I wasn't going in the mall for anything. So the next part, I was sitting, you know, those benches outside the mall where you can just sit and wait for a bus or car or whatever. I found myself sitting on a bench, and I had her little boy. He was sitting on the left of me, but for some reason, he was a little bit smaller because he was sitting in a car seat. But I knew that he could walk. So, but he was sitting right beside me, and it was peaceful, right? Next thing I knew, I saw a yellow taxi cab come driving up through the parking lot, but that's not rare. I mean, that is not rare. Taxi cabs are all over Vegas. So, big deal, right? So I see it driving up, and I'm watching it, and it comes all the way up, like in front of me, but of course there's something between us, and they stop. And I noticed there was somebody sitting in the back. I could see a figure of a man right in the middle of the back of the car, but the driver had somebody else in the front too, and they both hopped out of the car like really fast, and they were both black. In fact, as far as I could see, the driver was a black man and the passenger was a black woman, and they had their hair like braided back and stuff, and they didn't look like, messy people or anything. They just hopped out of their both doors quickly. They ran up to me on the bench. The one on the left, the woman, grabbed the child, and the one on the right took something out of him. He had something in his pocket, and he just like shot me like in the arm, like quickly. And so the next thing I remember is I saw them taking the child and putting it in the car, and they shut their doors and they spun in a circle. And by this time, I was feeling the effects of some drug. Like, I can't even explain it, you guys. The feeling that I had was something I've never felt. I mean, because I've taken, painkillers before or something like that. It's nothing like that. Nothing. My eyes were like starting to like go in and out of focus, and I just had this drugged feeling all over my body. But when they turned around and sped off, I saw their license plate and it said 401. Okay, so now they're gone, and I'm totally feeling drugged to the point where I have to crawl off the bench and I have to crawl on the cement. I couldn't walk for nothing. So I got down on the cement and I'm crawling, trying to find a place to go and hide or something, or I can't remember what I was thinking, but you know how you see like a plaza type thing, and because at the mall it's different. The mall, there's just main doors, and you go in and then you go into the buildings to shop. For some reason, I found a door, a glass door where you can just push it open, right? So I'm crawling on the ground, totally drugged, and I push this door open, and I crawl inside, and I keep crawling on the floor, and something tells me to look to my left, right? So I look up, and I see all these school lockers. It was like I was in a school. I'm like, what am I doing in a school? I was at a mall, so I'm thinking in my head, what is this? So I'm seeing all these lockers, like a locker of kids' lockers. So then after that I lay kind of turned around on my back, and I could see upwards, and in the corner of the whatever room that was I was in, I saw this mirror, and it was round. And I didn't know what kind of mirror it was. I just didn't register it at the time, but I do now. But I see this mirror, and it's round in the corner way up there. And I'm just looking in there, and I can see the whole inside of the mall. So as I'm looking into the mirror, I see this man behind the counter of a food counter, right? And I knew who it was, okay? So I'm watching this man behind the counter as he's preparing food, okay? Now, it was supposed to be a mall, but I don't think it really was a mall, and I'll tell you why. So he's behind this counter preparing food, and he's like just preparing food, and there's servers in the front behind the counter. I don't know who they were, and they were serving these kids and children, and it was like really quickly, like they were just serving the food like quickly, you know. I thought, what the heck is this, you know? Why am I seeing this? And then all of a sudden the man looks up in the mirror, and he was looking at me, and I'm like, oh no, he sees me. And I'm getting like really scared, you know. And he's looking at me in the mirror, and I'm looking up at him, watching him serve food. And all of a sudden he like jumps the food counter. Like literally just jumps the food counter like really quickly, and starts running. I could see him running through these hallways and rooms until I realized he was coming for me. And I'm just laying there thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because I'm laying there already drugged. I'm feeling the effects of some drug. And I watched him run, and he came to the door where I was, and he pushed it open really quickly. And he came over to me, and I'm laying there just looking at him. And he reaches into his pocket to get something. And he pulls out the same thing that happened to me when I was on the bench, okay? Where the guy shot me with a needle of something as a drug. So he reaches in the pocket, and he's about to come over on me and shoot me again, or shoot me a second time with some drug. And I just remember quickly I said, in Jesus' name, be gone. And he like flew back, and I woke up. And I'm like, Lord, what is going on? So it was in March that I had the dream, and I pondered on it because I was a little bit confused. So, but I got a lot of revelation. I'm going to tell you what it is. And actually there's more things that maybe somebody could help me with that I'm not sure of. So the first thing I want to say is I believe that the people in the taxi cab who jumped out of the car and took the child, I'm going to tell you the child's name meaning first. The child that I had with me, his name meant help. So I got that already from the Lord. He was the reason they used him as a child, because at first when I woke up I was like, oh my God, are they gonna are they going to kidnap this child? Is this a warning? I tell my friend, right? No, it was not that. So he wanted me to look at the meaning of his name, and his name means help me. So then I knew, okay, this has to be some. So I thought, okay, so what does 401 mean? Because that's what I saw in the taxi cab, and 401 leads to Rhode Island. I mean, that's pretty much all I could think of. It leads to Rhode Island. So I kind of dug deeper, and actually, like Obama and Clinton, the Clintons, and even John Podesta, okay, they are all linked to some campaign in Rhode Island. Now, Rhode Island too is is kind of close to Washington, D.C., I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I kind of thought, okay, that makes sense. And the other part I got from it was the reason I saw school lockers is because they're attacking the children and they're attacking them in the school somehow. So then when I saw them serving the food, I thought, okay, what are they doing? Are they drugging the children? Are they drugging the foods to certain children maybe? And then they're kidnapping them? I don't know. I mean, my brain just went, all these different directions. So, but then something came to me the other day when I saw someone talking about the school buses that were unmarked and picking up children. Okay, so I don't know if there's a definite answer to that yet, but it came to me immediately. You know the mirrors they have on the yellow school buses, and they're round and they have silver around, a dark lining, and then they're just kind of they're just a certain kind of mirror for school buses. That was the exact mirror I saw to the T. So then I knew that was connected with that. And I felt like there is something going on in the dark that we don't know about, really don't. All that stuff that came out about Pizzagate and all that is, they tried so hard to cover it up, and no one's talking about it anymore. Well, I believe that they're doing something, that's very hidden and dark. Exactly what it is to the point I couldn't tell you, but I also thought it was kind of weird that this school bus situation came up, and then in my dream I saw a yellow taxi, and the school buses are yellow. So there's probably a connection with that, or maybe there's actually a connection underground with taxi cabs. I don't know, but I do know that we have to be so careful, you guys. Halloween is around the corner. And when I was younger, I loved Halloween, and my kids pretty much ran that tradition down. To this day, they still go out and celebrate. And I'm not going to judge anybody for that. But, just be extra careful this year because, we've already had the Burning Man thing in Nevada, where the Burning Man festival, that went for I think a week. They're freaking crazy over there, and it's a ritual, you guys. And so then you got that, and then the shooting in Las Vegas, I believe was connected to some kind of ritual, sacrifice. Oh, even though everything is all scrambled because they don't want you to know the truth. They're lying. So, I just don't feel that the kids are safe, especially this year. I just feel that, there's already people talking about kids missing and women and kids missing coming out of the stores, because of human trafficking. This is all connected together. I believe it's all connected together, okay? I believe that, well, this is what I believe. They're doing something to the children in the schools, and they're choosing which ones. They're choosing which ones to do this to. Of course, they can't do it to every one of them because that would be too suspicious in your face. But I'm telling you, something's going on. They're using some kind of drug. And because when I'm sure this is what they're doing, because when somebody gets kidnapped, they'll scream automatically. Well, I think this is so evil and dark. I can't even believe that I'm talking about this, but this is not my normal video. And I'm very afraid for the children this year. Now, if anyone can give me anything else about the 402, please do. And I'll pray over that. But I'm telling you, the child's name means help me. So we can't just sit back and pretend nothing's happening anymore, because it is happening. And who's going to speak for the children? They can't, especially if they're getting drugged. They're doomed without us. They're evil, I'm telling you. The man that came after me is the leader of this, and he is evil to the core. These guys are all together in this, I'm telling you. Trump can only do so much. I mean, a man can only do so much. What else do you expect? Do you expect this man to just change everything just like that? It's not going to happen. It's not happening. Right now, we are in the worst distress ever. And people are just like kicking back, like, oh, I don't know, talking about what they're going to do next year and on their vacation. And I'm not slamming people for wanting to go on a vacation. I surely would like to go, and that's not my point. My point is, what is going to happen if someone very close has a tragedy, God forbid, that their child gets stolen? Because these animals, no, I'm not even going to call them animals, because animals are way above them. Sorry about that. Animals know better. These people are not human. That's what I think. They are just, they have no boundaries. They have no limits of what they will do. They are lying to you whenever they make a speech. It's just one lie after another. We have to wake up. Jesus said we have to expose evil. And if we don't do it, who else is going to do it? No one. Jesus is, God's already won the battle. Just remember that. But we're still here, and we are his vessels. Hopefully all of you are willing vessels, and this is quiet. My dog's getting ready to pounce on my cat. Don't do it. This is serious stuff, you guys. There's only maybe a few people exposing stuff like this, and this is really not my normal video. I like to do videos. I like to talk about the rapture and talk about encouraging things and dreams I may have had and stuff. But when it all comes down to it, there are a lot of souls to save. There are many souls that are falling by the wayside. as parents, I mean, my children aren't little anymore, but I still have little ones around me that I have to worry about. Um, it's time to be alert. It's time to, I mean, Jesus said we don't have we have the right to protect ourselves, Um, we have, if we have the knowledge, then, we need to use what we have. And if we know things, then we should say so, because how else are these children going to be saved? We know that all the children that they have taken and sacrificed, and these children die in the most horrific scene, worse than a horror movie. If you've seen the worst horror movie, wouldn't even compare to what they're doing to these children. And it's not fair. So we have to help them. That's what the Lord is saying. That's why he used this child. His name means help. Help me. We have to do something. So, okay, we need to start exposing these things, and giving out warnings. So my advice, okay, I'm just going to give you my advice for now. If you see something suspicious, say something. Also, warn all mothers with children in school that takes the buses. Warn them not to get on any buses that except for the one that takes them home. And better yet, pick up your child and take them to school, because some people just, can't do that. But boy, it's getting really bad. And right now, being right before Halloween, this is when this stuff happens a lot. It happens on other months too, but being that it's Halloween, this is the highest sacrifice day of the year. So be safe with your children, take them, you can take them to church or whatever, give them candy, stay at home, watch a movie, I don't know. I like candy too, but I'm just saying, this dream was a warning, you guys. And I feel that, it's just all like everything keeps, popping up about, the women and children, like in Michigan, disappearing, and children are disappearing that were in the system, which is a whole other thing. The system is not what you think it is, and they're disappearing. Where are they going? Well, you know where they're going. And you know what? Now we have to pray over the schools, because he didn't take me into a locker room for nothing. There's something going on. So just pray over your children's school, pray over your children, pray over your house, because evil's coming, and hopefully we won't be here too much longer. I pray that Jesus, that he comes to get us before too much more happens. But for now, while we're occupying, be alert, be aware. I'm sorry, my cat's in the background now meowing. It's like never ending around here. Just be alert, pray over everything, and don't be afraid, because remember, he says, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So, the evil one may be the prince and power of the air, but ultimately God is in control, and he can't do anything without God giving him the leeway to do it. And I can't wait to see that all end, and I can't wait to see Satan squashed like a bug. I'm serious. I'm so tired of everything. Seriously, I'm just like burnt out. Like, but you know what? We have to pay attention to all the signs. We just have to pay attention. That's the only way that, I mean, God, He's our protection, but He's going to give you things to do. He's not just going to, you can't just do something without praying your overprotection and just knowing what to do. This is why we have to know what to do. You just don't walk out into something blindly, because there's things all around us that we have to watch out for. But anyway, so I'm just rambling on now. Shh, quiet. Quiet. They have an issue with the cat. Stop. Okay. Okay. Bear, come here. This is Bear right here. This is my pretty white boy. Huh. He's a pretty good boy. Actually though, this is the one that nips heels. He's an ankle biter. Yeah. He's the only one that's done that. The other ones, I have 4 Chihuahuas. And they're like kids. So it's like I have 4 kids, you guys. I have 4 small children called Chihuahuas. But I love them anyway. So anyway, my final thing to say is watch your children, be alert, watch the signs around you. And if you have something to say it. So, okay, I love you guys, and I will see you hopefully in the air soon. So, see you later.